Late in 1941, Australian military testers outside Sydney submerged 3 loaded submachine guns into thick, soup-like mud, fine sand, and water. First came the legendary American Thompson. It jammed instantly on round 1. Next was Britain's sleek News 10 gun. It managed 2 sluggish shots before seizing completely solid. Then came a crude, brightly painted tube welded together in a Owen Gun garage. The uneducated 24-year-old inventor watched as his bizarre weapon emptied its entire magazine without a single stoppage. How did a firearm mocked by military ordnance as a useless plumber's nightmare end up outperforming the world's greatest industrial powers? To understand how this monstrosity ever existed, you have to go back to 1939, to a quiet workshop in Owen Gun, New South Wales. Evelyn Owen was not an armourer. He was not a mechanical engineer, nor was he a military strategist. He was a 24-year-old local gardener with a dangerous passion for metalworking. Owen had spent his spare time designing a simple, open-bolt submachine gun built from spare bicycle parts, metal tubing, and scrap iron. It fired humble .22 caliber rimfire cartridges from a top-mounted, spring-loaded drum magazine. Feeling proud of his crude invention, Owen carried the prototype in a cloth sack to the Central Ordnance Depot in Sydney. He wasn't asking for millions of dollars. He just wanted the Australian Army to look at his idea. The response from military officials was fast, brutal, and completely dismissive. The Chief of Ordnance took one look at the strange, thumb-triggered pipe, declared it a useless toy, and told the young man to leave real military hardware to established British factories. Devastated by the military's absolute rejection, Owen packed his prototype back into its sack, threw it into a corner of his parents' garage, and enlisted as a private in the Australian Imperial Force, expecting to be shipped off to fight Nazi Germany in the deserts of North Africa. The ugly little gun seemed destined to rust away as a forgotten footnote. You would have rejected a firearm made of water pipes if you were a military officer in 1939. Hit that like button and let me know in the comments. Except there was a massive problem looming over the British Empire that the Army Ordnance Department hadn't accounted for. By 1940, Britain had abandoned thousands of small arms on the beaches of Dunkirk. Facing immediate threat of invasion, London sucked up almost every single rifle and submachine gun produced across the Commonwealth. Australia, a nation with almost zero domestic small arms manufacturing capacity, suddenly found itself completely unequipped. Then came an unbelievable stroke of luck. Vincent Wardell, the general manager of the Lysat Steel Works in Port Kembla, was visiting a neighbor's house in Owen Gun. While moving some gear in the garage, Wardell accidentally kicked a heavy burlap sack. Inside, he found Evelyn Owen's rusty prototype. Wardell wasn't a soldier, but he was an industrialist who understood mass manufacturing. He saw past the crude welds and realized the weapon's true genius. It required no specialized gunsmithing machinery to manufacture. It could be stamped, turned on simple lathes, and assembled by basic factory labor. Wardell immediately hunted down Private Owen before his unit shipped overseas. Bypassing the stubborn military hierarchy entirely, Wardell marched straight to the Australian Minister for Supply, Percy Spender. Wardell placed the garage prototype on the minister's desk and delivered a stark warning. Japan was moving south, Australia had almost no weapons to defend its coastline, and military ordnance officers were actively blocking local innovation out of snobbery.